Hello everyone and welcome to Harmia. For those starting a new spiritual journey, going to the hearth fire is the natural first step. For seasoned long-time Indo-European pagans, the Hearth Goddess already holds a sacred place as the heart of the home and the domestic connection to the divine. However, keeping a perpetual flame continuously lit is a tall order and a daunting challenge in today's fast-paced and absent society. Between hectic schedules, fire safety regulations, and the realities of urban living, this cherished tradition often feels out of reach. But here we offer a creative, practical solution to honor the spirit of the hearth while adapting to contemporary constraints. For most people, it's hard to keep the hearth fire burning all the time. Many of us don't even have a hearth. We aren't home all day and take fire safety precautions, and we most likely don't have barefoot virgins oath-bound to tend to the fire 24/7 for 30 years, etc. That's a pity. At the same time, the hearth fire and the hearth goddess is one of the absolutely most important concepts in Indo-European spirituality and culture. The hearth fire is the connection between yourself, the home, and the divine. And it is the focal point for your own individual spiritual practice. One can say that every house and home had their own religion. So let's see what we can do to still honor this tradition in modern day life. After all, the home and the domestic cult constituted 99% or more of our ancestors' spirituality. And this is also a great way to lead a more meaningful and sound life. So, one great way to actually keep the hearth fire lit is to make it a habit to always light a candle, an oil lamp, a fireplace, or whatever you use as the hearth in your home, every time you do something that has to do with the home and the family. Cooking dinner, preparing breakfast, cleaning the house, playing a board game with the kids, having friends over for a drink, fixing that damn kitchen drawer for the third time, paying the bills, etc. Before you do any of that, mindfully and attentively light your candle or whatever it is, and think of the hearth goddess. Maybe even say a few words or a prayer, that she's the heart and the center of the family, that she's right here among us and with us in everything we do in our home and our household. This is an excellent way to, in a sense, always have the holy hearth fire lit, while also minimizing the risk of fire. Then also think like this: if you can't have a fire, keep a living light. Even in apartments or modern homes, choose one special place, a shelf, a table, or a windowsill, as your symbolic hearth. Keep there a candle, a lantern, or small lamp that you light daily, at sunrise, at dusk, or during family meals. Use the same matchbox or lighter to light it each time as a sign of continuity. And when you blow it out, do so gently, perhaps saying a quiet word of thanks or intention, like "May this home stay warm and safe," or something like that. Some people keep a perpetual candle, lighting a new candle from the old flame before extinguishing it, symbolically keeping the light unbroken. Also, teach children to light and tend the fire responsibly. That's a small rite of passage echoing ancient times. We need more of that. So next we have the weekly hearth dinner and inviting the Hearth Goddess into that. Another way to keep the hearth fire burning in modern life is to make one meal each week sacred, a time when the family gathers without exceptions or distractions around the shared flame of food and presence. This can be thought of as a weekly hearth dinner, a quiet ceremony disguised as an ordinary meal. Choose one evening, perhaps Friday when the week ends or Sunday when a new one begins. Mark it as the evening of the hearth, the one meal that everyone in the household is expected to attend, if possible. Before the meal begins, light a candle or a small lamp in the center of the table. This flame represents the hearth fire, the same living light that once burned in stone hearths across the old Indo-European world. As the flame catches, you might speak a few simple words, something like, "To the warmth that keeps us, to the flame that binds us, to the goddess of the hearth, welcome." You don't need some kind of elaborate ritual. The act of remembering is enough. And during the meal, set aside phones and screens, let conversation move slowly, tell stories, share small joys, remember old family tales. And you can leave a small portion of food or drink, a symbolic offering on a small plate or in a cup near the candle, in honor of the Hearth Goddess, no matter if you call her Hestia, Vesta, Frigg, or simply the spirit of the home. Later, this can be respectfully returned to the earth, such as pouring at the base of a tree or into the garden. After the dinner, when the meal is done, one person, perhaps the host or a child, gently extinguishes the flame, saying a word of thanks for warmth, safety, and family. The table is cleared together, another form of tending the hearth. And by repeating this each week, the family meal becomes more than routine. It becomes a living rhythm, a modern hearth cult in the best sense. Not dogmatic, but grounded, warm, and renewing. The candle stands in for the old fire. The shared meal replaces the ancient offering, and the gathering itself keeps the invisible hearth burning bright. Next, we look at the hearth as a center of togetherness. The hearth was never just fire. It was the social and spiritual center of the household. And you can recreate that in daily life. Make the kitchen table or sofa, a corner, or whatever fits you, where you feel cozy. Make that your family's hearth spot. Gather there for evening meals, tea, or quiet time. No phones, no TV, just presence. That's something that's very easy to forget. Let everyone take turns lighting the candle or pouring the tea. Small acts of tending, like tending the fire. Treat this time as a moment to reconnect. Next, view the hearth as connection, not just an object. So share warmth. The essence of the hearth is giving. Make hospitality a living flame. Offer tea, soup, or a listening ear. Remember ancestors or loved ones with a small photo or token near your hearth spot. Light the flame in their memory sometimes. If someone in the family leaves for a while, You might light the household candle for their safety until they return, just as in old times a flame was kept for travelers. Next, make it a habit to gather your family or friends or whoever you feel you belong to and love. For example, around seasonal turnings. Sit around, for example, a candlelight or whatever, and talk about what the family wants to keep burning through this coming season. It's super important to have a vision in common. And then one last important aspect, the inner hearth. Remember that the hearth isn't only in the home, it's also in you. Treat your own calm, warmth, and generosity as a sacred fire to tend, through breath, reflection, silence, kindness, and hospitality. When you feel scattered, imagine returning to your inner hearth, the steady center that burns without consuming. Even now, in a world of screens and speed, we still need a hearth. It may not burn with wood or coal anymore. It may glow in a candle, a meal shared, a few quiet moments at dusk. But the flame of the family's heart is the same as it ever was: warmth, care, and presence. When we tend that flame, by gathering, by listening, by remembering, we keep something ancient alive. A fire that began before us and should keep burning long after we are gone. Don't forget that.